Hi everyone, my name is Nikola, also known as Nick Makozi, and in this stream I'm going to show you the final 13th round of the GR Supra GT Cup 2019, the Nürburgring 24-hour layout. This is a 3-lap race. 4 times tire wear, fuel wear I believe, and 11 times tire wear too. For this race you could either do a 1-stop or a no stop, depending on where you were positioned after the qualifier and how comfortable you are with saving fuel. So we're just going to wait for the road up here. So here's the starting sequence. In first place we have Adam 2167 in pole position. Second, Matthew McEwen. Third place we have Mint GTR. And fourth, myself. Fifth position we have Justin LP46. Sixth, GTP Legend. 7th, Iron Mask 75. After that, Johnny Speed 1959. Then Speedy Tires in 9th position. Alf 027 in 10th. Nightwalker 964 11th. GD Banana Josh in 12th. And further down the field we have Mr. Natty Gaines, 13th position. St. Nicol in 14th. Toots Maneuver, 15th position. Sidewalk 2 in 16th. Right behind him we have Makozi Academic, another member of Makozi Racing Internacional, 17th position. In 18th we have Fast Phil. Then rounding up we have Luck Goes My Way in 19th position. So starting off, the qualifying didn't go quite as planned. Had a few mistakes during the lap. Unfortunately went off track, lost a lot of time and got a 0.5 penalty. Yeah, this is a long race, 3 laps, anything can happen. So we'll just wait for the start here. And it's really important at the start to take care of your tyres, to not force the car too much, to not slide out the very first corner. Just yeah, keep calm. So here we go, start of the race. Immediately everyone slots into the slipstream. Brake pretty early into the first corner. Everybody seems to get there nice and cleanly. Mint GTR has a little tap with Matthew McEwen. Nothing too serious, they trade places. Yeah, we're on the GP section of the track. Seems to be a bit of action from behind. Guys fighting for position. Yeah. From now on we're just focusing on what's up ahead, trying to make some positions, maybe save some fuel if possible, to even do a 0 stop. But yeah, at this point, just trying to not push my luck too much, just stay behind Matthew McEwen. Hopefully he makes a mistake. Unforced drive error, then I can go for the move. Yeah, he kept his position nicely, couldn't find any way to overtake him too easily. There was was a small gap starting to open up between 4th and 5th. So I knew that it was pretty much safe. I didn't have to take any risks. I could hold back and not have to take the risk of being overtaken or have an attack from behind. So yeah, the main priority right now was to just be careful with the tires. Just don't push my luck, really, and just get every corner right on this Nordschleife part of the circuit. See, mid GTR goes off a little bit wide there. Serious, he doesn't get a penalty. McEwen also grabs a bit of the grass, loses his rear end. And I'm just taking off early, not doing anything too risky, so we don't end up in a small tussle or get any penalties just yet. Interesting thing here with this car, the Supra on the Nürburgring, is that it's easy to change the gears a bit earlier. Like, you can carry a lot of momentum with this car and still not have to use up too much fuel, but still have the same pace. There I went for the move on the inside of McEwen. He was polite enough to let me by without too much of a fight. From now on, we're just going to be chasing the first two drivers, Adam 2167, mid GTR. For this race, it's on real slipstream. Unlike some of the previous rounds where weak slipstream was implemented, this means that it takes a bit more effort to catch up to the guys in front. And yeah, I used a bit more fuel now, pushed a little harder to try and get on the back of them. Again, the gap between 4th and 5th is quite significant. The gap between me and McEwen isn't getting any smaller. He actually goes off there, fortunately. Yeah, just looking ahead, trying to catch up to the first two guys. Go down the field to our other Makozi Racing Internacional driver, Academic. He's currently in 15th. He's improved by one position, I believe, for now. So he's gotten past Sidog, who is a very fast driver, so it's good. It's a good start. I don't think there were any off-track excursions till now, so it's a nice, good start to the race, and hopefully he's going to be able to get some more positions later on. Sidog is just nudging a little bit from behind, letting him know he's there. Contacts are starting to get a bit more serious now. Hi Shawnee, thanks for joining the stream. And just for anyone watching, these races already happened earlier, yesterday. So I'm just showing the replay of them now because I wasn't able to stream them previously, so that you guys can know exactly what happened. The luck goes my way, goes for the move after Sidog missing it. Up there, further up the field. It's a little bit chaotic, a lot of people fighting for positions. Speedy Tires has a 3-second penalty. The gap just between 6th and 5th, and from 5th to 4th is pretty big. I'm in 3rd and catching up to the first two guys. Yeah, it's just managing the tires. I've been fine, thanks, Shawnee. How about you? You know, I think that this last round went pretty good for me. I'm pleased with the results. I'm looking forward to the next season to just continue the momentum. So yeah, coming into carousel, just catching up a little bit to the first two guys. And GTR and Adam both have a bit less fuel, than me. So I've been able to save a bit, but also catch up. Now the important thing in this technical section was to be able to save fuel, to keep up, to not lose touch with the lead, but also just not make any mistakes, because if you get a penalty here, if you go wide, as you might see like later on in this race, getting any sort of penalty here really just ruins the entire race, because coming up to the back straight, that's really I believe it's only the second penalty line of the entire circuit. That long straight just means that you lose too much time. If you get a penalty there, it's pretty much game over. So yeah, really important not to make any mistakes. Just be calm, save the tires, save the fuel if possible. Yeah. Gap between me and Matthew McEwen is opening up a little bit more. There he is down in fourth. He's also the same amount of fuel. Just in LP, a bit more fuel, doing pretty good with the fuel management. Down the order, things are a bit closer. Johnny Speed and Iron Mask are fighting for sixth. Iron Mask utilizing some extreme fuel saving tactics there. Further down the order, Speedy Tires, Alf. 5 guys fighting for sixth. GDP Legend down in 11th. Matt Walker in 12th, just behind. St. Nickel not too far behind either. This maneuver, going off track. Hopefully he doesn't lose too much time. Goes my way in 15th. Yeah, unfortunately. Yep, it's quite chaotic right there. That's what happens when you lose a bit of grip. You just go off track and the tires, dirty tires, and that's it. Or some contacts between Makozi Academic. Yeah, deserved 4-second penalty for Toots maneuver. Unfortunately, it's kind of ruining his entire race. Academic drops down to 17th. That goes my way inside. Managed to capitalize on that small battle. Yeah, there's plenty of the race left to go, so anything can happen. Here's with the penalty, and you just see it's all the way down underneath 200 kilometers, and that's it. You don't have any acceleration, you can't gain anything back. So now he gains is just going to go for the overtake. Fast Phil probably had some off-track excursion, unfortunately hit the barriers, lost time. He's all the way back in last. So coming on to the second lap, Adam, Mint, they're both still right there. Still tussling like you can see right there. I'm trying to save the fuel, trying to keep behind them. McEwen is dropping back a bit more. He's also saving fuel. What are some tips for cornering? Mess up on almost every track. Well, if you're talking about the Supra, I'd say it's important to just be very calm under braking. Like, don't force the car immediately. Like, the trick of this car to get it to turn is to use the acceleration. But under braking, you need to keep in a higher gear. Then the moment you've gone in that direction, the moment you've started braking down, then you kind of go into lower gears, use the engine braking to get it stopped. And yeah, you need to brake earlier, considering this is a road car. Just try and find some sort of braking marker that you can reference to. And yeah, it takes a lot of practice with this. It's a fun car to drive, But yeah, to get it to go fast around the corners, you need to know what it can do. You need to know the limits of the car. You need to know the limits of the track to how much of the road you can take, which lines you can take, whatever you can to shorten the distance. It takes a lot of time. Like I said, you need to do a lot of practice. I hope it helps. So yeah, coming onto the Nordschleife for the second lap, still in third. Really not much has changed. I'm trying to save fuel. My tyres are about the same as Mint. Pretty much the same with Adam. But right now I've got a bit more fuel. And about this point of the race I was thinking, maybe I can make it all the way without stopping. Maybe I'll have to pit. I can gain the advantage with having to refuel less. It was a kind of a 50-50 shot. Okay. Yeah, you just need to get used to the cars and do a lot of practice. You know what you can and what you can't do. That's pretty much it. McEwen's falling back a bit more in fourth. Justin still saving quite a bit of fuel. Alpha 6, Johnny Speed. Josh, Iron Mask fighting with him for 8th. G Collision in 10th. Goes my way. Nightwalker in 12th. Toots Maneuver in 13th. And he gains 14th. Sidorg 15th. Speed Tires right behind. They're having a small battle for 14th position. St. Nicol not too far on the road either. And Makozi Academic is right behind there, so he has an opportunity to fight for 17th, and if he's lucky, if he keeps his head calm and cool, can even go for 14th. Fast Phil, yeah, unfortunately he's just way back of the pack, nothing you can do too much about that. No problem, Shawnee, anytime. I'm happy to give advice. Coming up around the midpoint of this second lap. Nice technical section. It's a good opportunity to use a lower fuel mix with these cars because you don't have to rely too much on the acceleration. It's a nice way of saving tyres as you don't have to put too much stress on them with that extra power. Yeah, keeping it nice and calm. Not doing any errors, not going off track, keeping the tyres under control. So you can see the weather here, the way it's simulated on the Nürburgring at this time of day. I think it's at night, somewhere on dusk. You can see the fog around the car, and I think it's also noticeable that the track is also slightly damp. So that's another factor that you need to consider when driving these cars. Especially road cars, it's a lot more tricky to pinpoint how much grip you have, especially with these sports hard tyres as well. Again, just staying in the slipstream, saving a bit more fuel. Right now I'd say maybe 10 litres more than Mint GTL, maybe 5 more than Adam. So yeah, and, if it ever comes down to the pit stops, I'm always able to maybe jump in the refill. Oh yeah, That's nice, Shawnee. It's great to see that you've kind of gone into it, kind of focused a bit, got on the equipment, kind of put yourself into sim racing a bit more, with a bit more effort. And yeah, I love sim racing too. There's definitely a lot of people. It's a really wide variety of drivers from all these 5 regions. A lot of friendly drivers. Always great to see full lobbies from different countries. And yeah, it really is a great community. I think Gran Turismo has got one of the better communities of the simulation racing games for now. Matthew McEwen going forth, he's dropping behind a little bit. It seems like he's trying to do the same thing. He's trying to save a bit more fuel to kind of maybe bypass the pit stop, maybe just beat someone on the refuel. And yeah, and here's what I was talking about before. Here's Mint GTR. He got a 0.5 second penalty in this technical part of the track. This is kind of the most crucial part of it. And now you're going to see on the back straight how much he loses. He'll be close to Adam. He might miss a little bit before the exit, but that 0.5 second penalty, it means a lot more than just half a second. You have to slow down, serve that 0.5 second, and then you have to speed up. And I think by the end of this straight, like, I'll be able to get by him. I'll be into Adam's slipstream, and he'll kind of be almost a second behind me, I think. And we'll see now. He's used up a lot more fuel trying to keep up with Adam. Adam's tyres are a little bit better. Mine are kind of somewhere in between. Well, those are pretty much the best games, I would say, sim racing right now on PS4. Those are all pretty nice. See now Mint GTR, he's going to slow down for that 0.5 second penalty. I just immediately go by. And the difference is just going to be like 0.8, 0.9, 1 second. It's already outside of 1 second. He's maybe even going to be outside of the slipstreaming range, so that's his race over pretty much. Because he has more fuel used, his tyres are a bit more used, and yeah, he's outside the slipstream too. So in the end, looks like it's just going to be me and Adam. I'm looking at my fuel and I'm deciding I have a little bit more than a third left. In 3 laps, you need to use like 33% lap, because it's 3. And I decide, yeah, why not? Let's try it. Adam has about 8% less. Matt has 15, 16 less. So I'm feeling pretty good. The tires aren't too bad. I should be able to hold them off. They are going for their pit stops. So we'll see if we can actually keep them away. If McEwen follows suit like me, he doesn't go for the pit. He risks it for the 3rd lap. Justin LP also goes for the 3rd lap without pitting. Alpha pits in. Johnny Speed goes without pitting in. Time miles 2. Some people have also also pitted on the 1st lap too, so I'm not quite sure who they are, but they were able to maybe gain a bit of time, like an undercut on this huge circuit, gain a few positions, and those guys that had to pit now. Seidel, Makozi Academic, they didn't have... Oh wait, no, Makozi Academic, he actually pitted on the 1st lap. Now he's pushing later on. He's getting in front of Nightwalker. He's up to 12th place, not too far behind 11th. So on this final lap he was going to be fighting, maybe get inside the top 10 if he's lucky. Order down the order, you have the other drivers. So coming back to the fight with Makozi Academic. Fighting with Bernard, Joshi got by, now he's in 11th position. Matthew McEwen, his gamble didn't really pay off, unfortunately. He saved the fuel, but he didn't have enough pace to make it in front of Mint and Adam when they were doing their pit stops. Now he's going to probably have a lonely race the rest of the lap and just stay in 4th. Mint had to put on some more fuel. Adam too. Both on new tyres. Bonsoir Party 3. How are you doing? Comment ça va? Having a good night? I'm just leading right now, trying to save the fuel a little bit, pushing a bit more now, because I know on the previous 2 laps I was using a bit more fuel, a bit less fuel because of the slipstream, and now with the clean air I'm able to kind of be a bit more free, focus the fuel map a bit more on one, don't have to rely too much on the lower fuel maps to save any fuel, just pretty much short shifting all the time. Maybe on the straights letting the car go a bit. You see the tyres compared to me, Adam, quite a bit worse, but for some reason in these road cars it's not quite as pronounced. The drop in grip or the tyre degradation doesn't seem to be that noticeable. So at this point Adam was around 12 seconds, I think, 12 and a half, maybe 13. And yeah, just managing the gap. Nothing too much. It's like, okay, Party Pri, I took just a really little bit of French. I don't know much, sorry. I need to spend a bit more time brushing up on my French, and hopefully one day I'll be able to speak a bit more fluently. I'm down in seconds, just closing down the gap a bit. So Matthew McEwen, Lowly racing 4th, Justin LP also going for that 3rd lap without pitting in. Speed, Iron Mask, they're both fighting for 6th. GP Legend also not too far behind with a 0.5 second penalty. Sidog kind of by himself in 10th. Makozi Academic not quite getting as close as he should be, but still starting from further down the grid, being able to climb back to 11th. It's a good result nonetheless. Maybe someone will make a mistake, and you can capitalize on that and be inside the top 10. Night Walker in 12th, Speed Tires 13th with a 1 second penalty. It's probably for cutting the track. Josh in 14th, Andy Gaines in 15th. That goes my way. St. Nicol, Toots Maneuver. And Fast Fuel all the way at the back, 19th. Yeah, on the middle straight, where you can really let the car out, the Nordschleife. Not risking too much, just being nice and careful. Yeah, playing the safe game. Thank you, Parti Pris. Merci beaucoup. see in this cockpit view, it's crucial not to force the wheel too much. Just making some small micro counter steering, just to keep the car in check. Not taking any risks, keeping on the inside, not going off track. Yeah, right about now Adam's closing down to around 11 seconds, maybe 10 and a half. So he's not too far behind, but it didn't pay off. Putting the new tyres and that extra fuel, being able to push wasn't enough for now. At the end of the race, he would be around under 10 seconds, like 9.5. So yeah, he had a good charge in the last lap, but just no stop seemed like the way to go this time. The Mint GTL with another penalty for maybe going off track, maybe cutting somewhere. Again, he's going to lose quite a bit on the straight. No slipstream to kind of cushion the loss means, again, he's just going to be staying in third. Queuing in fourth, saving fuel. Same for Justin. Johnny Speed right there. I'm still having a three-way scrap for 6th. Oh, sorry, four-way scrap for 6th with GDP Legend right there too. Side organ 10th, Makozi 11th. Down the order, not much has changed. Speed Tyres still has that still hasn't served the 1 second penalty. He's fighting with Nightwalker for 12th. George 14th. And he gains 15th. Luck goes my way. Fighting with Natty. Might be able to gain a position or two. It seems like the field is bunching up a little bit. Could be like a nice little battle for 12th on the last straight. Call, Toots maneuver, pass field. So going back to first, to me, I'm already on the main straight. By this time I'm just trying to, I'm around 2% fuel, 1%. I'm not trying to over rev the car, keeping the fuel right where it's supposed to be. Yeah, it was a good race. Would have preferred if I could start higher up. Would have been nice if I didn't ruin my qualifying part and going off track. Yeah, happy with first place. Yeah, another victory for Makozi Racing Internacional. And with this victory, managed to seal the GR Supra GT Cup 2019. And after 13 rounds, managed to come on top as the overall winner. Adam in second, both in this race, both in the point ranking. In GTR finishing third, but I don't think he did enough races to have quite a significant position at the end in the overall standings. And McEwen just running out of fuel, topping out the overall standings for third. Further down the order, Justin LP managed to get by on the last lap with enough fuel left over. Alf coming down the last few corners. So GDB Legend will just braked a little bit too early. Seidel getting up into 8th. Oh no, he gets a 5-second penalty. And we couldn't see after that. That's all for this stream. Thanks for tuning in. And stay tuned for the stream of the Nations Cup Top 16 race. Driving with the best.